I'm Anjali Varma. Thanks so much for joining me for parenting, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship tips. I am excited to have Stacey Ferguson here. She is the co-creator of the Blogalicious Conference, which is very, very cool for bloggers. She also has a blog, Justice Fergie, and is a coach. And today we're going to be talking about building a successful online brand. This is a topic that I believe very strongly in, and I'm excited to learn from Stacey as well. So I love Stacey's first tip, which is to really focus on the end game first, which kind of seems counterintuitive. So can you explain a little bit?
Absolutely. So many people just jump in and start head first, which is good because we want you to not be scared and want you to get your feet wet, but you want to be intentional and have a plan. And the best way to do that is to think about what your goal is. Are you trying to start this online brand because you want to get a book deal? Do you want to make money through writing? Do you want to just have a place to tell your story? If you know what the end game is, it will tell you what platform you should be on, right? Is WordPress better for you? Is Squarespace better because you're a photographer and that's a better platform for visual? But knowing exactly where you want to go will help you start.
And don't you agree, because when I was starting this journey, I definitely had a couple of people who I looked to or that were kind of aspirational for me, and that helped me to kind of develop what that online identity is.
I am such a huge fan of that. I always who wants to reinvent the wheel, right? If you see someone doing it right or doing it well, definitely take notes.
Yeah, okay, great. And then that kind of leads to another one of your tips, which is owning the space that you are in. So can you talk a little bit about that? And also, does that space have to be unique, or can it be similar to somebody else that's out there?
So at this point in 2016, there's no more unique spaces left, right? The uniqueness will be you, right? What flavor, what energy, what perspective you bring to that particular topic or niche. So yes, you've got to decide. I know a lot of people are afraid to pick a particular niche because you don't want to miss out on opportunities. But you'll find that if you pick one lane and master that and stay in it, you will become the go-to resource for that particular industry niche topic. So you really want to be as focused as you possibly can. I actually have a post on my blog called To Niche or Not to Niche. And so I think that you'll find the benefits of having that niche and owning it far outweigh kind of being a jack of all trades.
Okay, great. And then especially, we have a video that you can also find on Monetizing your blog, but that also helps for brands to find you, right?
Absolutely. So if a brand is let's say they have a food product, they're going to want a food blogger. It doesn't make sense for them to go to a blogger who talks about everything because they know that food blogger is going to be speaking directly to the audience that they want to connect with.
Okay, great. So finding a lane and sticking to it. What's another tip of yours for for building a successful online brand?
Streamline. So you want to be easy to find and you want to kind of exude this professionalism. So that means you want to have the same name across platforms. So everyone now is on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. You want to make sure that you can be found very easily. So one tip I also have for that is to Google yourself. Don't Google yourself the way that you know yourself. Say, if someone were looking for me, what would they put into Google? Type that in and see what comes back. If you're very easily found, then good job. You've done a great work so far. If you're kind of all over the place and you've got one name over here, one name over there, then you've got some work to do in terms of changing names. On some platforms, it's easier than others. So I know on Twitter, you can just literally go change your username. When you do that, let your followers know, hey guys, I'm now going to be XYZ to make myself easier to find. And you'll find people will embrace it. People do it every day. But you really want to make sure you're easy to find across platforms. And one last thing, please, if you have a .com or a .net or a domain name, make your email match that. One of my pet peeves is you have this great website and then your email is at yahoo.com. And it doesn't make sense because if you own the URL, then you own the right to create an email address at that URL.
Oh my gosh, I have some homework to do.
Streamline.
And I have one last question for you. Do you think you need to be on all of those channels if you want to have an online brand? There's so freaking many.
There's so many. Definitely not. Because there's no way you could keep them all up well, right? So I'd rather you not be on it than be on it and kind of have a crappy presence. So decide where your people are, right? Where's your tribe? So For example, of course, you're doing video, you definitely want to be on YouTube. Maybe you want to put clips on Vine or whatever the video, right? Decide where your readers, where your watchers are going to be and go there. So if you're a millennial, you probably want to be on Snapchat, on Instagram. If your audience is a little older, Facebook is a great place. So just do some research on your audience and decide which platform is right, and then just pick maybe 2 or 3.
Okay. And don't forget what Stacey originally said, because all this can be overwhelming. Just go out and start doing it, because I think that's like one of the biggest hurdles a lot of times.
Absolutely.
And you can find more about Stacey. I have a link below this video, but definitely check out. She's got a ton of great resources and content. And if you want more tips on parenting, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship, head over to anjalivarma.com and subscribe to my newsletter. And would love for you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Anj Varma. Hope to see you next time.